All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Falcons. Nyheim Hines, his sixth touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Wow, first play of the game, CD, 75 yards. These people, they haven't even filed in yet from the tailgate lots.
Everyone talks about starting out fast. Everyone talks about getting explosive-type plays. That was absolutely a thunderbolt. And on the defensive side, he spent all week scheming, all week preparing, and it seems like it goes right out the window.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. First down, Vaughn. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Montez Sweat, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 33. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jackson going to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. They find some open field here. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. Touchdown, Falcons! Nyheim Hines, with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The tackle by Cole Holcomb.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting up their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Jackson now throwing again. Eluding the pressure right. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down.
Watch Mike. They're going to need some therapy after this. Check 31. Check. Hey, Fresno.
Jackson from the shotgun. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Catanzero's kick is right through, and the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
65.
He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Vaughn. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try and hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
On second down, it's Hines. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Jackson now. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Touchdown, Falcons! Nyheim Hines doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it's stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Picked off at the 24. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now as a quarterback, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down again. DeMarcus Lawrence. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
54, Mike. Come on. You better bring it. Yo. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I got you.
They'll set up a throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Fielded at about the 28. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You better talk to your boy. I'm going to protect you.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Jackson on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. Little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 23 yards, the final tally.
Here we go. 70 Andy. Tighten up. Pull it together.
They'll look to throw here. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Mike, 53.
He'll drop to throw. And this is caught, but I don't think he stayed in bounds. No, he didn't. It's incomplete. The throw took him past the boundary, and it's 4th. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta.
Keep 15, keep 15.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. And this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Alert 3, alert 3.
Draw play, this is Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Begin. No. Go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Going deep downfield for Ross. That's caught inside the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. John Ross, his 9th touchdown of the season, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And the route is on here in this 1st half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. Were they looking for a nap?
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Mike 57.
2nd and 10. Gets this into the hands of N'Keal Harry. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
1st down, Carolina.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53. Watch the pass. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike right.
Looking to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Check. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
2nd and 9 now. Buying time to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 16.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Now the scoreboard still does not look good, but at least they polished off that goose egg.
Yeah, they've been thoroughly outplayed in the first half. Finally, a little spark of life. But it's going to take a lot more to add to that flame for them to thoroughly get back into this one.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Falcons take over 1st and 10.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 27 yards there, a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They go play action with Jackson. Steps away. And he's going to keep it here. And I think the ball's out, and it's picked up by the Panthers.
Let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play, but prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
Step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Lotion. Short. Hey, Mike 52. Here we go.
From the 31, Jackson being chased out left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick, and this one will be brought back to the 22.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open?
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Get him! Zoom! Go!
2nd and 4. Dancing to his left. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Tack McKinley. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It's taken on the 25, and he is out of bounds right around the 34. 51 yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
And the Panther first down.
Check pass, check pass.
They'll set up to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Montez Sweat, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
I like the design of that play, or shall I say the way it ended up. Quarterback ends up to the right side. You know, it gets outside of the pocket. How about the tight end staying in his sight line and getting to that same part of the field, and they find each other for the completion.
Hey, watch Sam. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Time to go. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
They'll look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Right there. Ready, go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeMarcus Lawrence. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Everyone gears up for 3rd down, talks about the importance of it. But 4th down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, you know, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on 4th down. Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, keep it up.
On 2nd down now, it's Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go,
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Check safety, check safety. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight. Let it go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
On 3rd down, Jackson flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line.
Check 26, check 26. Check 43.
1st and 10 at the 29.
Check 9, check 9.
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Steps awaited, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Give the sack to Jerome Baker.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
He's going to take off with it. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Bang, bang. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Off.
Jackson letting one go deep for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 5-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Montez Sweat in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. It's going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 46. He was looking for Daniels that time. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on. And maybe
pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. On play action, they'll throw. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Check 53's Mike. I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you. Mike, 53. 53, Mike. Here we go. What? Go. 53's the Mike. 53.
Back to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
First down, Carolina.
53's the Mike. 53. Check 53.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield.
The second down, complete to number 22. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
With the score, Falcons 40, Panthers 6.
Watch 54. Watch 54.
They're not ready for this, man. For this, they still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Right there. 54. Right there.
They'll look to throw here. Hard throw, incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. That's it. Here we go. Mike 54. Mike 54. You go, night.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
He's checking crap.
He'll look to throw, and now he'll tuck it and run. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
2nd and 3. And he's going to go down. sacked right around the 17. DeMarcus Lawrence in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. The Panthers on third down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Wow.
Back to throw here. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence drops him again for the second straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
25, check 25, check 25.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Watch twist.
Check, Mike.
Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Tack McKinley, and the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Mike, 55, right there in the middle, 55.
They begin the drive with Hines. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. You can't block me. You can't block me. Short. Check, shut up.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The back side.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off right around the 43. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
51.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
He'll drop to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 29. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. They run with Hines. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
On 3rd down, Jackson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Panthers take over. Come on, baby, let's go! At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
A gain of 27 on the play. And the Panther first down.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I'm coming after you.
2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now it's Hines. Look at the spin. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the gun on 3rd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Oh, wide open, complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head. But
that's
the virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
Hey, let's get going. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here's another interception. Picked off near the 32. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball.